Today, March the 2nd, 2013, marks an historic day in the FIM MX1 Motocross World Championship. It's a day of firsts. The first time the World Championship comes to the Middle East, and the first time the racing takes place at night under artificial light. Situated halfway up the western shore of the Arabian Gulf, Qatar is almost completely surrounded by sea. It borders Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates in the south and Bahrain in the northwest. Well-preserved natural and historic sites coupled with top-caliber business, sports, dining, shopping and accommodation facilities render Qatar the perfect gateway to the Arabian Gulf. In MX1, six-time world champion Tony Cairoli will be looking to get his title defence off to a winning start, and his Red Bull KTM teammate Jeffrey Hurlings will be looking to do the same in MX2. But who will be the first winners here in Qatar?
Hello and welcome to the first programme of the year, which can only mean one thing. It's the first round of the 2013 FIM World Motocross Championship. Let's kick things off in Qatar. So it's not just all about work when we come away to these flyaway races, we get to have some fun too. Tonight more so than ever. As you can see behind me, we've got the camels ready to be ridden by some of our GP riders. The riders are just making their way over. They've just been treated to a dance of traditional times. So come on, let's go have some fun.
Next time you have to come with me. We're so fun, really nice. It's so high, but it's quite cool because it's moving completely when it's walk. But it's fun, really nice. One thing I never did, and I think it was difficult to do in Europe. And it's super nice.
To come here to Qatar is amazing. You know, the whole city in Doha is amazing, and today to see the camels, to see all these guys playing the drums and the birds and everything, it's a great experience, and it's nice to be able to experience something like this. And the track looks awesome. I'm looking forward to having a great weekend and enjoy the sunshine. I think that's what we all come here for.
Talking about the drums, you're going to give me a little demo?
Yeah, I've got a special.
They are not dangerous for sure, they are very quiet, but you never know, so better be safe before the race.
In Qatar, even with a small country, we can do a lot of things because we have really a passionate, people, and we are really trying to join the family worldwide, together, with the family of the motocross, to have chance to come in the other part of the world to enjoy some different culture and to see our area here. And I'm really waiting for this moment. It was really, I wait for it for a long time, and dream come true now.
it's unbelievable. We start for another great season here in Qatar. The accommodation is great, organization is wonderful, the country is very, very nice, and so this is the beginning, and then all the season will be very exciting with the super final here, with the race on the night, and so I think it will be an amazing season and finishing with the Motocross of Nation in Germany. I think for all our fans, they will be great to follow us all around the world.
Hello, I'm Clement Dessal, riding for Team Rockstar Suzuki in MX1 class.
Tony Cairoli, KTM, Red Bull Factory Racing.
So let's take a quick look around this circuit then, here in Losail. Start straight here about 110 meters long into a pretty fast and very wide first turn. Then it tightens up as we go through the two singles. Then the next right-hand turn, on the exit we have two singles and then a 91 meter long wave section, which the riders will hit double, double, double before arriving at the 180 degree left-hand turn. Nice and deep through there. We have an offset cambered jump lower on the left-hand side, as you saw, but through this right-hand turn over a giant rolling floater. Then it's going to be the first of the Monster Energy tabletop jumps, 26 meters long, but the riders are having to land right in the corner, hard on the brakes. Don't be surprised if riders run wide there throughout the course of the weekend. Exit the turn through a floating roll-up and then into this off-cambered left. The favoured line through there going to be the inside all weekend long. Coming out of turn 7, 90 degree turn over the second of the Monster Energy tabletop jumps, and bigger this time, 29 meters long, before hitting a 180 right-hand turn over a single, and then through the Golden Tire turn, a long sweeping left-hander, 180 degrees again. Then it gets interesting here because we've got a single and then a step up onto a plateau, probably one of the bigger jumps on the circuit, around about 20 meters, but the angle not quite right. Then we have a tabletop, about 23 meters. The final right-hander, 3 corners before the finish, over the floater, then over Scrub Hill. Riders will keep it nice and low there. We have a 37 meter long quad, but most riders taking it as a triple single combination. Final turn, and then we hit the Monster Energy finish line jump, and that's a lap of the sail.
We have great news for the fans, for the riders, for the media, for TV. As of this year, for these 4 overseas events, there will be a super final. We take the 20 best MX1, the 20 best MX2 riders, and they race together, which is a little Motocross of Nations, if you want. So something really, really exciting, good for TV, good for the fans, good for everybody. The riders will love it.
So to explain then, the top 20 riders from each race will score points in Moto number 1, but only the top 18 riders will transfer directly to the Super Final. So at that point we'll have 36 riders from both MX1 and MX2. Then we need 4 more to make 40 riders. So the non-qualified riders, a maximum of 40, will go through to a Landschas race. And it will be the top 2 MX2 and top 2 MX1 riders that will then transfer to the Super Final. And that's where the best 40 riders from MX1 and MX2 will shoot it out.
Well, let's see what happened in the MX2 race. Current defending MX2 champion Jeffrey Hurlings had an eventful qualifying, but let's see what happened when the gate dropped for MX2.
Well, the surprise package in the qualifying race was Valentin Tellier on the Rockstar Bud Racing Kawasaki. Heading out, Glenn Coldenhoff of the Netherlands on the standing construct KTM. And that was all because Jeffrey Hurlings, who took that whole shot in the qualifying race, ran wide and went down at turn 1. But he was able to keep it up on 2 wheels at the start of the MX2 first race proper. And he found himself right on the rear wheel of fellow countryman Glenn Coldenhoff for the first 2 laps of race 1. So Glenn Coldenhoff then, who'd never been anywhere near the front in an MX2 World Championship race, found himself leading the current world champion, Jeffrey Hurlings. Valentin Tellier, the winner from the heat race, was having a good ride in 3rd, but up front, all eyes were on the battle between the 2 KTMs, and that was the moment where Hurlings went through to the lead. Valentin Tellier had to come out of the race whilst in third to change the front wheel, and Jordi Tixier, whilst challenging Mel Pocock, also lost the front end as the moisture started to come through the ground in the evening. Glenn Koldenhoff, though, once passed by Jeffrey Hurlings, found himself in second position, and before long would come under attack from another French rider on a KTM, the 461 of Romain Fevre, and also the Monster Energy Yamaha rider of Christophe Charlier, another rider who was back from injury in 2013. But no one was really a match for Jeffrey Hurlings on the Red Bull KTM as he romped ahead of the rest of the field by more than 30 seconds. But Glenn Koldenhoff, though, whilst in that second position, it wasn't long before he had to fend off the challenge from Romain Fevre and Christophe Charlier. Charlier here in the blue on the Monster Energy Yamaha, riding number 23. So those two looking to exchange positions before the race was out. Christophe Charlier actually going through to third with more than a handful of laps to go. But no surprises. The winner of race one, Jeffrey Hurlings, picking up from where he left off in 2012. He was the eventual winner, Koldenhoff second and Charlier third.
Here in Qatar and next week in Thailand, we have a special entrant in the MX2 category. Our 2008 Women's World Champion, Libby Lancelot. How does it feel to be in Qatar?
I'm really happy to be here. You know, it's my first time in Qatar, so I really enjoyed it.
And what are your expectations over the next couple of weeks?
I don't know yet, you know. I will just give my best and see what I can do. I already raced in Valence a few weeks ago and I was happy about my riding, so I hope that I'm going to do the same.
And was it easy to accept the invitation?
Yeah, it's really easy. You know, when I received the email, I just went straight in the desk from Bird Racing and spoke with the manager, and I was like, I received an invitation for Qatar, please accept that. And he was also really happy, so.
And what does it mean for women to be riding against boys?
You know, it's not easy for the women to ride with the boys, but I will give my best and see what I can do. I already ride with boys, I mean, almost all the year. In France with the French Championship, Le Touquet, or some races like this, so I will give my best and see what I can do.
And how about personally for you?
I'm also really happy personally because, you know, I'm not racing the World Championship anymore completely, and I'm happy to see that even if I'm not in the result, I'm still one of the best women, and I received this invitation, so it means that not everybody forget me yet.
Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Now let's turn our attention back to the on-track action. This is what happened with the gate dropped in MX1. Current world champion Antonio Cairoli setting the pace in qualifying. Here's what happened in the race.
After the qualifying race, which saw Tony Cairoli win convincingly ahead of Clément de Salle, Evgeny Bobryshev and Ken de Dijker, with the back from injury Stephen Frossard looking to get on the leaderboard. The first MX1 race looked a little bit like this. Kevin Strybos took the whole shot and led for about the first 6 laps, but behind him it was frantic action with Evgeny Bobryshev, Ken de Dijker, Clément de Salle, Rui Gonçalves and Tommy Searle edging out Gauthier Paulin. Tony Cairoli was about 13th on the first lap, and he would have a lot of work to do to catch the 2 Rockstar Energy Suzukis of Kevin Strybos and Clément de Salle. Gauthier Paulin made a decent start but wasn't making good progress through the field, but instead MX2 rookie from last year, Tommy Searle, was in the mix in his very first Grand Prix in MX1. Up front though, Kevin Strybos, the number 22 Suzuki rider, had to fend off the early challenge from the Honda World Motocross rider of Evgeny Bobryshev. Ken de Dijker was coming under pressure from fellow Belgian number 25, Clément de Salle, and they were fighting for the third and final podium position. Tony Cairoli was still working hard to come through the field, and after 5 laps he was already up into the top 6. Of course, from there he was getting his eyes set on the 3rd place or higher. Found a way past Tommy Searle to move into that 6th position, and Evgeny Bobryshev and Clément de Salle both went past Kevin Strybos on the same lap. So Strybos starting to feel the heat around about the halfway point. And then Kenderdijker, who led briefly, came unstuck and under pressure and was passed by fellow countryman Clement de Sal. And de Sal would be the new leader of the race on lap 14. Tony Cairoli caught Evgeny Bobryshev and would eventually pass him with 2 laps to go. But no doubting our eventual winner, Clement de Sal, on the Rockstar Energy Suzuki World MX1 machine, as he opened up a nice comfortable advantage over Kenderdijker to the tune of about 8.5 seconds. Good start for Clement de Sal. Exactly what he needed after his 2012 season, and also for Kenderdijker, the lead Red Bull KTM rider in this first MX1 race. Tony Cairoli had to settle for 3rd, but no doubt about it, de Sal on fire in race 1.
Exciting to start the season. We continue this season with Gauthier Paulin, with who we had a really great season last year, and for sure we want and we expect a great result with him. And the second rider is a newcomer in MX1. It's Jeremy Van Orbeck, who did also great result in MX2 last year. So we expect also with him directly top 5 results. So it's I think a strong team for 2013 Kawasaki Racing Team.
Yeah, you know, I'm really excited. Last year has been really good. You know, it was difficult, you know, because I'm pretty heavy, and with the 250 was sometimes I had to push really hard. And now that story is over. You know, I have power enough, so yeah, I'm pretty excited to move to the MX1 guys. And also it's a big competition, so yeah, I'm excited and I want to do really good there. As a rider, you want to be in a factory team because, you know, those are the best bikes out there. So, you know, I'm happy to be again. I was riding 2 years in the factory team of KTM. Now I'm in another factory team. So I'm really happy about that because, you know, I think it's more easy in a factory team than in a satellite team to you know, they have more material and stuff, you know, for development of the bike. So I think it's good for me to be in a factory team straight away in MX1.
How do I feel? I feel really good. You know, it's amazing to come here in Qatar. It's always good for our sport, always good for motocross, for us. Weather, it's nice, it's hot, I like it. I mean, the team is ready, I'm ready, and we are here in Qatar. I want to be behind the gate. I think it's amazing, you know, like for the TV, for the show, for us. It's going to be great. I want to race by night and to see how it goes. It's going to be first time for the World Championship to race by night, and I think it's going to be nice. It's going to be a great thing. Yeah, I feel really good. You know, I've been training a lot physically and on the bike, like each year. We change a bit program and everything with the experience. And I have 1 year of experience last year in MX1. It was going well, and now we progress again on the bike. The bike was already really good, and now it's finally again better. I was surprised about that step we passed, and yeah, like I always say, I'm training hard, and we want to reach a goal with Kawasaki Racing Team, and they are working hard for me, and I want to give it back to them.
We are really happy to start the season in the Qatar. It's the first Grand Prix for us with the 2 riders. We are really confident to fight for a title with Gauthier Paulin and also with Jeremy Van Orbeck. With the Kawasaki, we offer a special design, special logo for the Qatar Grand Prix with the QMMF, is a federation of the Qatar, and we offer this special logo for this Grand Prix.
Rockstar Energy Suzuki's Clement de Sal and Red Bull KTM's Jeffrey Hurlings were joined by 38 other riders in the super final. Let's see what happened when the gate dropped.
Brand new then for 2013, the first ever Super Final. This, of course, would take place not only here in Qatar, but also Thailand, Mexico and Brazil. So all 20 MX2 riders from the first race and the qualifying last chance race would line up on the left side, MX1 to the outside, but it's a long start straight here. And you can see on our left, the Suzuki of 22, Kevin Strybos, and the 25 of Clément Desalle edging out the 250s going through that first turn. And straight away, Clément Desalle trying to do what he did in race number 1, but Tony Cairoli already on the rear of that Suzuki by lap 5. And it was going to be a great and interesting battle between Desalle and Tony Cairoli. Third was Bobryshev at this stage, with Kevin Strybos dropping back into 4th. Gauthier Paulin had moved up into 5th, and Tommy Searle was in 6th. But this was Tony Cairoli going through on Clément Desalle and eventually making the pass stick. Question was, though, would he be able to stay there till the end of the moto? Well, Desalle normally would retaliate, but as the race wore on, he would just start to lose the back end of the KTM of Tony Cairoli. Cairoli was looking comfortable at the head of the field, as you would expect. So Desalle was in 2nd, Bobryshev was in 3rd, Paulin was 4th, and Kevin Strybos had worked his way back into 5th. In the MX2 category, remember this is a combined race, Jeffrey Hurlings was the lead MX2 rider with Dean Ferris in 2nd and Romain Fevre in 3rd. Jeremy Van Hoorbeek, though, had to pull out in the closing stages of the race, and he will be looking for better things in Thailand in a week's time. Kevin Strybos, though, was looking more comfortable in this second race, the Super Final. So too was Tommy Searle, and Tommy Searle would eventually come home in 5th on the CLS Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, just within a couple of seconds of Evgeny Bobryshev on the Honda World Motocross machine. But Gauthier Paulin, probably the ride of the race, as he rode hard, charged even harder. That was him making a move on Kevin Strybos. That put him up into 4th place. Next man on his sights was, of course, going to be Evgeny Bobryshev. Jeffrey Hurlings, though, was at one stage battling for 4th in the overall classification in this race. Of course, he was the lead MX2 guy. Gauthier Paulin easily flying by Evgeny Bobryshev with about 3 laps to go. But Clément Desalle in the closing stages looked to be closing in on Antonio Cairoli, but Cairoli, the master that he is, the 6-time world champion, would eventually come home and take the checkered flag and win by less than a second over Clément Desalle. Gauthier Paulin was 3rd, Evgeny Bobryshev 4th, and Tommy Searle 5th. Kevin Strybos 6th, Jeffrey Hurlings was 7th, and the lead MX2 guy ahead of Kenda Dyker, Stephen Frossard, and David Philipparts. So Tony Cairoli may have won the Super Final, but Clément Desalle wins the opening round of the World Championship with a 1st and a 2nd. Tony Cairoli 2nd, Gauthier Paulin 3rd, with De Dyker 4th and Evgeny Bobryshev 5th. And Jeffrey Hurlings likewise in MX2. Maximum scores for him, Dean Ferris for the first time, and Romain Fevre also first time on a podium for him. The QMMF president, Mr. Nasser Khalifa Al Attaya, handing out the trophies to Clément Desalle and Gauthier Paulin. And Mr. Vito Ippolito, the FIM president, handing Tony Cairoli his winner's trophy for the victory in the Super Final race. Dr. Wolfgang Schrubb, the director of the FIM CMS, was on hand to deliver the red plates to our championship leader in MX2, Jeffrey Hurlings, and Clément Desalle, the championship leader in MX1, as we go to Thailand next time around.
To Mr. Nasser Khalifa Al Attaya.
That's all from us here in Qatar. The first round of the 2013 FIM World Motocross Championship done and dusted. Clément Desalle goes into the next round as the MX1 Championship leader, closely followed by defending MX1 champion Antonio Cairoli. Jeffrey Hurlings is the MX2 Championship leader, and we'll see you next week for the GP of Thailand. In the meantime, keep following us on Twitter at MX Live TV. We'll see you next week.